welcome to episode 953 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I didn't see you there. How's it going?
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 It's getting cold here again. I hate it.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. So much for global warming.
Oh.
Got
Take
nothing.
that, atheist.
Take that.
No, it's been we had like an ice storm
Oh,
What?
a couple weeks ago now.
Oh, my.
And just everything's been frozen here. Like the ground has been frozen for not the ground, but there's been like a big thick layer of ice over everything for quite a while, and it warmed up earlier this week and starting to be able to see the ground again, and it was nice. And now it's like supposed to be super cold again tomorrow.
ice again. It's been turned into ice again? Is that what it is?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah.
what killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
All right, then. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
The name is Freeze. Remember it well. It'll be the chilling sound of your doom. First, I would just like to get to know you. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
I don't
Yes.
think anyone appreciates the hours that were spent listening to prank calls with
Who is your daddy?
Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboards
And what does he do?
in the halls of Ziff Davis.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, that is
That-
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Too
that's
funny.
the daddy. That's the daddy.
Well, Greg,
Yeah.
I hope you saved enough room for my fist. Because I'm going to ram it into your stomach. Rip out
see.
your goddamn spine.
Oh my God, it's great.
How's it going?
How are you, Phil?
We all having a good time?
We're having a great time.
Greg, what's in that mug you're drinking?
Tea.
Tea. I figured it might have been orange cream Coca-Cola, your favorite
Oh.
beverage, I've heard.
Do you like it?
Can I say? I do like it.
Greg loves it. He was too cowardly to
I didn't want to
talk
be
about that.
bullied last week, so
Well, now you're being bullied this week.
I know. See, you're just proving
Yeah.
my point.
Can't get away
Just-
from it.
Showing that I made the right decision last week.
Face the music. Take your medicine, or your medicine flavored soda. You
Mhm.
like the orange Coke though?
Yeah, I do a
Oh,
lot.
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you do.
I'm glad you're glad that I.
I'm
You know
not-
what
I'm
I
not
tried
gonna
this
poo-poo.
week? You know what I tried this week?
What'd you try this week?
The cream soda flavored Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's actually pretty good.
That was pretty terrible. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't like it that much.
Greg and I have conflicting soda tastes, is what I'm
I was
picking up.
kind of. I think I was kind of expecting it to be more just cream soda,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
tasted like cream soda mixed with Pepsi,
Right.
and it, didn't
Okay.
do much for me. So
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, too bad.
That's okay.
I think we can all be friends moving forward, though.
I think so.
Probably.
We can get past our philosophical differences.
Can
won't
we,
drink
though?
From the
Can
same
we?
trough of soda.
Right.
We'll have individual glasses
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah,
our
yeah.
own choices of.
Maybe
of
we can
that.
get some of those twisty straws so we can
Oh,
stare deeply to each other's
yes.
eyes while we're sucking
Crazy
back
straws.
our sodas.
I did back in the day when we cared about this show. When
Remember when we used
Wait,
to do
what?
interviews and
oh yeah,
streeters and
Yeah.
man, we play
When
all
we
the new
were-
releases.
when we were looking
Crazy.
at merch,
Hey, I'm playing new
We
releases.
had merch. Do you remember? Yeah. Does everyone remember we had merch?
like shirts and pins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had looked into getting custom crazy straws
Nice.
that
Had you
spell out
really?
player one. You can get that.
Can you really?
Absolutely, you
look
can.
into it again. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Are you giving me permission to?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll sell tens of those things.
I Because I absolutely will. Because I want a Player One Crazy Straw.
Maybe you can 3D print it.
But I think we need to have one that like goes. Like
you know what I like with my soda is microplastics.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you've been getting them in your soda.
I mean, that's true.
Anyway, but we need one that comes like up from the cup and then as it goes around behind your head, over the top, and spells Player One over your forehead.
Oh,
and then back down into your mouth.
Yeah,
that's actually not a bad idea.
If it's useless, if you can't see it,
that's true
on the show. What's the point?
That's a good point. Well, what you do is you hold your beverage out here.
Nah, that's just awkward.
And then you put the straw in and it just comes
you do it like
over.
that.
I don't know. Hey, CJ.
Yes.
I think we're accidental twinsies today.
We're twinsies.
We're twinsies today.
We are.
Look at us. We're both sporting our Matsumoto Shave Ice, and it is indeed Shave Ice.
That's right.
Shirts.
Not shaved. Shave.
Why don't you give us a twirl? Let us see the back of that, CJ.
I'm not going to.
We're not.
Why not?
We don't want to twirl.
I'm not going to do a twirl.
Why not?
But there's a design on the back.
Oh, for crying! I guess I'm doing it.
You do it.
Oh my god! I'm all tangled in my wires.
Gut.
Here we go.
There's Phil's gut.
Can you see it?
Yes.
I can't see it. I'm looking away.
I'm
looking away from the camera.
Like a dragon. Shave Ice.
You got. Oh boy! You got Majima on the back of that shirt with the Matsumoto Shave Ice.
That you do. I had to.
Weird that it's called Shave Ice.
I had to
take it
immediately
up with Hawaii.
Order one after you mentioned the shirt on the show last week. I had to get it.
Yes.
So yeah,
I actually have. I have a couple more shipments en route.
Oh, from Matsumoto Shave Ice?
Not from Matsumoto Shave Ice.
Oh, okay. But Like a Dragon related.
After talking about it on the show, I was alerted on the Blue Sky.
Yeah,
a fellow named Josh,
you bought a magic wand. Yeah,
who told me that there were other collaborations.
Oh,
with other real world brands that are featured in the game.
Oh, yeah.
One of which is the Waikiki trolley, which is the trolley that you can go around in the game.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Aloha beer. Which if you go into like bars or liquor stores in the game, they will sell you Aloha beer.
Yes.
And both of those places, the Waikiki trolley has a shirt that you can get.
Okay.
So I absolutely ordered that. And then the Aloha beer people have shirts and stickers and coasters and a big ass tankard, like wooden beer stein thing.
Nice.
So I have a lot of stuff on the way.
En route. I see. That's awesome.
Please look forward to more Like a Dragon tat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, last week in our haste to talk about Switch vouchers.
Look at this. I got stickers too.
Me too. I got a temporary tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Mine.
Why are we talking about this
Switch
before you guys talk about the game and what you've been playing?
I know, because we'll be talking about...
we talked about it last week.
We'll be talking about it again.
Our audience is familiar.
Well, we talked about Switch vouchers last week, and
right.
I think I said they were going away. They're not going away. They're instead just going to be applicable on Switch One. So those are going to continue. What?
What do you mean you think you said that?
Somebody told me we said that.
Yeah, you absolutely
Somebody told me
that.
we said that.
No, you said
I said that. I said that. And that was wrong. Instead,
there you go.
They're sticking around, only they can't be used for Switch 2 games. So
okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Which they may as well be dead to me at that point because
but the gold coins are going away.
Gold coins are going away.
Yes.
Yes. So
therein lies the confusion.
Yes.
Therein lay the confusion. Now it has been cleared up.
It has been cleared.
Okay.
Yes. So let's talk about this, though. Nintendo news. Super Soccer is being removed from NSO.
Subscription services suck.
It's the first game to be removed. I don't know. Does that mean it was removed for some reason other than just they're going to start removing games? Like, is it some kind of legal?
Will we ever know?
Issue? We'll never know. No, we'll never know. But it's
who made that game?
I don't know.
That feels like something somebody should have looked up.
Super Soccer for the
Super Soccer for the Super Nintendo.
Superior Soccer.
Looks like Human Inc. made it.
SNES.
Okay. But it was published by Nintendo.
Published by Nintendo, yeah.
But developed by Human.
Yeah.
Does that have
going to be removed on March 28th?
Does it have like real players in it or anything?
As you can
trying to think like
why,
what
as you can see,
be the
why
reason.
would I play Super Soccer?
I don't know.
Maybe you like soccer. People like soccer.
Maybe
I'm talking about
you
people
watched
here.
some Ted Lasso and you were like, wow.
If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, you should.
I have watched Ted Lasso.
If you haven't watched Ted
show.
Lasso, you should watch the first season.
Yeah.
No.
And then forget about it.
No,
you should watch the whole
I disagree
thing.
with that. The whole thing is great.
Season 2 is
excellent.
Fine, but not as good as the first season. And season 3 is garbage. It's bad.
I don't know that I
was
agree
not
with
a fan
that.
of season 3 at all.
Completely disagree with all of that.
Don't agree.
I will agree that the first season was the best.
Yes.
I will agree with that.
But I thought the second and third seasons were excellent.
The second season was fine. Third season was like, ugh.
By the way, this is my worry for Andor season 2.
I still haven't watched Andor.
Be good. Oh, Andor
is
season 1 is great.
You know, so for that though, I am so burnt out on Star Wars, or I got so burnt out on Star Wars
because you watched the wrong stuff.
Okay, but I mean, I was just watching what was coming out.
Oh, except for the good one.
Except for the good one.
Well, I'd given up by the time the good one came out. That's what I'm saying is I was burnt out by the time that happened.
Well,
it's kind of the way I'm feeling about the Marvel stuff too. Like there was a time that I and my daughter was the same way. Like if there was something new Marvel coming out, we would watch it immediately.
Yeah.
Now we haven't. I think we haven't watched past episode 1 of anything for a couple of different.
Well, a lot of the Marvel stuff is also very, very bad.
I know. Yeah. Although Daredevil comes out this week, and I was a huge fan of the Netflix series, so I'm hoping. Yeah. And they're bringing back a lot of the cast, and that's great. So we'll see.
Well, Andor is incredible.
Andor, fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope season 2 is good.
I do too. I'm so worried.
They're doing that.
Season 1 feels like we got away with something. Like it does. It's like it's too good. It's honestly it's too good for Star Wars. Kind of full stop.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It is very good. Can they do it again?
I'm worried that
I'm worried
that they were able to sneak Andor out the door because nobody at Disney really cared about it. So they were just like, let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
We're too busy screwing up Ahsoka and making Obi-Wan terrible.
Yeah.
That they got this out the door without anyone really looking it over. And now that people started talking about it, they're like, oh, let's make sure season 2 is up to the standards of Mandalorian season 3.
I never saw anything past the first season. Maybe I did see some second season.
Mandalorian gets progressively worse.
Yeah, now there's a show that I will fully say first season is excellent. Subsequent seasons were just not good.
Right. Yeah, it's very similar to Ted Lasso in that sense.
Yeah.
All right, where were we? Super Soccer. Yes,
Super Soccer
from NSO.
Taken down because of Andor. I believe that's where that train of thought went to.
Very clearly, yes. Hey,
Yes.
If you're looking for some new plastic guitars, and why wouldn't you be? CRKD is making Gibson Les Paul guitar controllers now for Fortnite Festival, and you can also use it in Rock Band, anything else that works on current platforms. So there you go.
Well, if I'm going to buy one of those, I'm going to buy like the best. So I want more Paul in mine.
You want more, not less.
That's the joke.
I see. Yeah.
You got it.
It might be worth buying one of these just to have another controller just in case. I have two now because Pelican or like PDP made a.
Yeah, I could see if you're a person who still plays that stuff.
And I do.
It not hurt to have an extra one around.
And I do. So, yeah, maybe I should pick up another one and have three spares instead of, three controllers instead of just two. Very excited about that, though. I don't know how Fortnite Festival is doing in general, but that's what Rock Band has become. So I'm okay with that.
Is it still like $5 to buy a song in that game?
Yes.
Am I crazy or is that way too expensive?
They have like a selection of free tracks, but it's like, I think it's like, 500 credits or whatever, V-Bucks to buy a song. And it is expensive. You do get to use it in everything though. Not just festival mode. You can use it in Battle Royale or in Lego mode. Anyway.
That's a selling point.
You get to
That's
use,
why it's so
you
much.
get to use it in the game you bought it in. You bought it for. What a treat.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I bought a few.
I hate modern video games.
I have bought a few. All right. Well, speaking of a modern video game, have you seen the trailer for Terminator 2D?
Yeah.
No Fate? What do you think of that?
It looks so awesome.
It looks pretty.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Now, so this is made by Bitmap Bureau.
Yep.
And Greg, didn't you play a game by these folks?
Xenocrisis.
And that's the one that's kind of like a knockoff of Alien Syndrome?
Yes.
Okay. But you really like that, yeah?
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, this team knows what it's doing. They also did Final Vendetta, which I think I played that as well. But you know what really gets me about this?
Streets of Rage thing?
Yeah. What really gets me about this is, and I feel almost kind of weird saying this because we all spent so many years talking about how crappy movie licensed games were.
Yeah.
Especially like stuff that LGN and Acclaim was pumping out. But I gotta say, I kind of miss that now. Not necessarily those particular games,
right?
But it's like I kind of miss that when like a video game tie-in was part of the whole media cycle of a big new action release, right?
Yeah,
like it was just a thing that always happened, and I didn't realize how much I enjoyed that aspect of it because you did get the odd good game out of that. True. So that's what this feels like, and in the story that's linked on our in the Video Game Chronicles story that is linked on our outline here. The design director Mike Tucker says basically like this. How do you put it? This is the arcade game we should have gotten back in the day, right? Like that's what they're trying to do. And it absolutely looks that way. Like watching this, I mean, even if you watch the trailer, they're using like the stills from the film to like do little cinematics and stuff like that, and it very much feels like what we were seeing with the fully digitized video frames that were being used in the video games back then too. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Plus, it's just the trailer is that great Terminator theme music, and that it doesn't take much more than that to get me excited about anything. So no, I'm very excited about this. I really hope it looks great. I really hope it's good.
Yeah.
We got to wait till September, obviously, but I mean, my experience with the stuff that this team has made before, I've always enjoyed it. And I love the subject matter here. And it looks like they're going to treat it with a lot of respect. It looks like we're going to see a lot of sort of an extended storyline. So, yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Give us a RoboCop game next.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying is like, because, and that's what I'm getting at it is, especially when talking about like the movie game tie-ins, I'm talking about like the back in the 16-bit days.
Yeah.
Right. Where you had like an action platformer that was just sort of loosely based on on whatever film. Like, you had a couple levels that were kind of based on the film. And actually the Terminator is a term, not T2. The T2 games were pretty not great, but around that time there were games being released based on the Terminator license as well. And the Sega CD one in particular I thought was really great. And it was the same thing where it's like, here's a level that's kind of loosely based on the movie, but obviously it's made to be a platformer, so it's not going to be exactly the same. Like there's a whole level in the bar Tech Noir that if the bar was actually designed the way the level is in the video game, it would be a death trap. But still, it was a lot of fun. So, but I agree. Like I live to see more stuff like this. RoboCop will be a great next step.
Yeah,
for sure.
Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, it looks cool. And I hope it's good. Let's see. PSVR 2 news.
Yeah.
That Sony is dropping.
Is there a game coming out?
Let's not go crazy.
There are always games coming out for PSVR 2. Just nobody pays attention. In fact, there were at least two in the last
Sony
State of Play that are coming out. So, but the price of the hardware for the PSVR 2 is dropping to $399. So
that's a drop.
That's a drop. I know.
God.
Was $549.
I'd forgotten about that.
$549.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So $150 price reduction.
Well, now it's
only $400.
That was only still too expensive.
Of course, it is compatible with PCVR if you have the.
It's a shame because we're sitting here saying that it is a really nice piece of hardware.
It is so nice. The eye tracking is awesome.
Yeah,
I love the headset vibration, the force feedback in the head-mounted display.
Library wise,
yeah,
it's OLED. It's nice.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love it, but
it is still pancake.
Barely
or it's not pancake. It's still whatever the old
I wish
technology
and I feel like if it had been released like 6 months later, it probably would have been. You know what I mean? Like, maybe not, but just saying. But even that notwithstanding, it's really nice hardware. It's just a shame that, I don't know, maybe I'm just not paying close enough attention, but it feels like the library is still really lacking. So
there are a lot of games on the PSVR 2 library. I mean, the problem is that a lot of those games are just carryovers from the Quest.
But see, we're not even getting that now. Like,
well, you're still getting it. You're not getting Batman Arkham.
That's
Shadow,
what I'm saying. The stuff I want isn't coming out.
That's Meta's studio, so you're not getting that one.
But is Meta making any money on this stuff? Because if they're not, porting stuff might make sense. I'm just saying. That's kind of my
true.
hope.
It might make sense for them, but to PSVR 2. To PSVR 2?
Well, where else?
I don't know. Yeah. Good point. All right. And then an update for Tetris Forever has dropped. So you get updates to Tetris Time Warp plus 2 MS-DOS Tetris games. The ones obviously everyone was waiting for. Super Tetris and Tetris version 3.12.
You know what? The more classic Tetris games they release on this thing, the better. I don't care if they're not the ones that people were waiting for.
There you go.
That was a big sort of downfall for that product, and I'm glad to see that they're still adding stuff to it.
I totally agree. It's great to see them support the game even more. Love it. And it's a great collection, and it's a great documentary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Well worth purchasing and playing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hop into what you've been playing. what we've been playing. Greg, you're going to kick us off.
Well, I'm going to show you what I've been playing my games with this week.
Oh.
That's my new Extra Life branded PlayStation 5 controller.
Dual Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This is very pretty. That was a reward for raising, I think it was $2,000 last year.
Nice.
So yeah, I was pretty excited to see that show up. Now I have 2 working PlayStation. I've gone from no working PlayStation 5 controllers to 2 working PlayStation 5 controllers. Pretty exciting.
That's not bad.
That's exciting.
Yep, that's pretty good.
So I didn't go back and play any more Lost Records. I've been talking about that last week. I kind of railed on how boring it was. And I apparently agreed with myself, because when I went to sit down and play it some more, I was just like, you know what? No. And I mean, I think that's sort of the inherent issue as well with the stuff that's released on subscription, like Game Pass or PSN Plus or whatever. So I didn't have any investment. But the only investment I've made was time. And I had invested a couple hours in it and just didn't feel compelled to keep going. So, yep. It's too bad, because I was looking forward to it. I really thought the world building was really nicely done. The sort of the nostalgia for the 90s. I mean, I mentioned this last week. We were all teenagers in the 90s. And I think they really hit it. They really hit it almost perfectly. But boy, was it boring. So nope. So I was kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to play next. And I actually was playing a little bit of I don't know how I got to this, but I decided to fire up Castlevania Advanced Collection, because I had bought that back in the day and hadn't really played it. So I was playing a little bit of Circle of the Moon, which was, of course, the first Castlevania game. It was a launch game, I think, for the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
Yeah.
That I feel like I'm probably not alone in having never really played too seriously, because it had that whole issue where it was way too dark to be able to see anything on the original Game Boy Advance reflective screen. I mean, that was fixed obviously with I think it was the GBSA that had a backlit screen, or a side lit screen or whatever it was. But anyway, I never really went back to it. So I was playing it a little bit this week. I only played it for like an hour or two, and no, probably about an hour. And that game's really awkward. It doesn't control very well at all. There's no fluidity to it. And it's funny, because I'd actually played a little bit of Symphony of the Night. I mean, I've played Symphony of the Night so much, it's all muscle memory at this point. But and for how smooth that game runs, boy, does Circle of the Moon not. But I am going to keep playing it, because it's just one of those things. Castlevania is, one of my favorite series, and I've played most of them. But that's definitely that's an outlier. It's one that I've only put an hour or two into previously, and then never really picked up again, because they were releasing Castlevania games pretty fast and furious on Nintendo portables through the early 2000s. And I played all of those. So there was never really a reason to go back, especially where they were releasing a decent number of Metroid games at the same time. So there was all scratching that same itch. So I am going to go back and play it more. But the next game that I am sort of focused on to try to finish was delivered to me today via CJ's best friend, Mike's best friend, Jim, who still buys his games physically. And I just finished Silent Hill 2, the Silent Hill 2 remake. So he's finished it. And before he sells it, which he normally does, he asked me if I wanted to play it. So he brought the disc over today, and I played a couple hours tonight before the show.
Nice.
Which is another honestly, I don't think I've ever played through any Silent Hill games. But I remember playing Silent Hill 2, not getting very far in it, because this was back when, I was working at EGM at the time. So I had a lot of other games to play, and just sort of fell by the wayside. I do remember, though, getting a copy of it. I can't remember if I bought it or it was given to us, and firing it up one night at like midnight in this big empty apartment where I was the only person there. And I'm not, I don't watch a ton of horror movies. It freaked me right out. Because there's a scene. So when that game starts, you start on in a roadside rest stop right outside Silent Hill, and you go down this stairway, and then you're walking through the woods, and the sound design in that game is crazy. And I remember walking through the woods, and you're getting a lot of ambient noise, and you're getting a lot of things moving through the bushes, and there's just sound effects that clearly you're not alone in this place. And of course, you're just enveloped in it after a few minutes, you've walked away from the starting area, and the fog is encroaching, and you're surrounded by these really tall trees that just stretch off into the sky, and walking along, and you're hearing more than just your footsteps. And plus the music is building a lot of tension too. And I just remember it was probably like I said, 12:31 a.m. when I was playing this for the very first time in a completely dark apartment, and it just freaked me the hell out. There was one part in particular where it sounded like something was walking behind you. And so I would constantly have to stop and turn. And of course, there's nothing there. And I think I just turned it off. That was the last time I played it. So today I played it during the daylight with the lights on. And it starts off real slow. But boy, I'm really impressed by how it looks. I also can't get over the fact that obviously Silent Hill fog is a big deal. I don't know if it was the Silent Hill games that you said this about, CJ. I just remember you making a comment. There you go. It was Turok. CJ made a comment about Turok once where he said this game has more fog than the movie The Fog. And I don't know why. Which is
an MST3K.
Yeah. Okay, see, I didn't watch that show back then. So I was just every time I play a game that's heavy on the fog, I always think of CJ saying that. But
think of MST.
Yeah, well now I will. But anyway. Yeah. I haven't gotten that far in it. I'm into Silent Hill now, and it's just sort of wandering around the
nice.
the buildings I can get into, and being attacked by those little weird sewn up bodies with legs that are freaking me right out. Yeah, really enjoying it though. Although I know some people I think the dodge button is a new thing. I don't think the original game had a dodge button, but this one does. If you press circle, I think, while you're being attacked, your character will jump out of the way. And I've heard purists bitching about that, but I'm all for it. And also I put it on easy, so suck it.
Whoa.
Just saying.
Wow.
I mean the crazy straw. Suck the crazy straw.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I mean, that's it. That's what I've been playing this week.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Well, Phil.
Time for the Yakuza Minute.
What, CJ? What do you want?
What have you been playing, Phil?
Oh, let me tell you.
Please tell me all about it.
Well,
I've probably been playing at least one thing that you've been playing.
I have been playing some Like a Dragon. But before we get into Like a Dragon,
yeah,
I'm going to mention that I have been playing some more Astrobot.
Oh.
Remember, they are adding new levels.
I need to get back to that game.
We are getting new levels in Astrobot. They're doing the little kind of, they're challenging levels. These are slightly more difficult levels. But this new batch, they are doing. It's not like the previous batch of challenge levels where you have strict time limits you have to beat in order to rescue the little Astrobots. They are still timing you, of course, for time trial purposes, so you can try and beat your friend's best time and that sort of thing. But you can take as much time as you want, as long as you clear the level. You're going to rescue the little video game themed Astrobot that's at the end of the stage. So there are, I believe there's going to be 5 new stages total in this batch. 3 of them are out now. I will say it was a fun little surprise seeing what themed Astrobot you rescued in this most recent one. Cool. I don't want to say who it is, but I think you two would both appreciate
the
reference in this one.
So I need to get back to it and
you should get back to it.
Okay.
You should get back to it. So, you know what else I was playing a bit of this week was started up some more Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, which I've been playing this week. Mainly, I was been playing it on the Steam here on my little personal PC computer, because I got myself a little treat this week. I sprung for a you can see it right off to the side here. Look at this! I got a new
Taiko drum for
Taiko drum
for the PC.
For the PC, actually, this is Hori, makers of fine peripheral controllers. Hori, they have for quite some time made their own official, licensed by Namco Bandai, or I guess Bandai Namco, right?
Yeah, Bandai Namco.
I always get that backwards too.
I know. But you know what it is? Bandai in my head
sucks.
Well, it is toy company.
Yeah.
Bandai is toys. Namco is video games.
Right.
So when Taiko no Tatsujin, that's a Namco game. That's not a Bandai toy. Anyway. So Hori has their kind of licensed one, but this is not a licensed
bootleg.
This is a false drum.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
What's that?
What's the cool thing about this one? What's the advantage?
Well, this is the Rhythmagica TDC-10.
Okay.
Taiko drum controller. Is what the TDC stands for. Rhythmagica. It's actually a little more expensive than the Hori one, but here's the thing, and I've heard a lot of good talk about this thing.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of YouTube reviews and comparison videos.
Yeah.
So this one, more accurate.
Yeah.
Than the Hori one.
Very important. Yeah.
It is also a little heavier.
Okay.
Because the Hori one, because I have like the Switch Hori one. But it's a little lightweight. So when you're dun drumming, with every little hit of the drum, you're pushing it away from you a bit.
Right.
So you're going across the table. So this is heavier. It doesn't slide. More accurate.
Yeah.
It is also quieter.
Ooh, that's nice.
Also important.
You're getting a lot less of bang, bang, bang of plastic and more of the video game drum sound.
I like that. Okay.
Yes.
I'll have to look that up.
Instead of the little plastic sticks, you get nice wooden sticks. Oh, that sounds nice.
But I thought you didn't use wooden, like traditional drumsticks on that kind of drum.
No.
Well, like the arcade game does.
Yeah,
really? I thought they were much bigger.
They're like mallets, like
earthier.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, these are. Yeah, I had to wrap them myself. They come with this the grip tape, so I had to wrap them.
Yeah,
very. Dum. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah. So this and it does USB, so it works with your PC. It works with your Switch. It works with I think maybe the Xbox as well.
Nice. Okay.
You can use it on multiple systems. I'm trying to put these.
I like that. I like that.
Yes. So yeah, the Hori one is like $100. This is like 150.
Yeah, but it's better.
But it's better.
So you get what you pay for.
Exactly. This also has, and I'm tempted to do this on the, because there's a little stand over here that I am not picking up and showing to you, but on the back here, it's got, you'll see these 4 holes right here.
Yeah.
Those 4 holes on the back of it are designed for you to get a monitor mount, like a desk mounted monitor
like a
stand.
VESA mount.
and you can screw this into a monitor stand and like bring it over in front of you and just play and then push it off to the side when you're done. I'm very tempted to do that.
That's absolutely happening.
Yeah, it probably is.
You should.
I was looking before the show, and it's like $30 for one of those stands. So
nice.
I might break down and get one of those as well.
Yeah, you might have to.
But it works great. So
cool.
Taiko's a fun time. I love me some Taiko.
It is, yes.
But then I've been playing some Like a Dragon.
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I've been playing quite a bit of it, actually. I'm still...
Oh, you're probably farther than me. Or maybe not.
Because I know you got distracted by Monster Hunter.
I did
Spoiler
get distracted
alert.
by Monster Hunter.
But I am still in Chapter 2.
Me too.
Chapter 2 is long.
It is pretty long, right?
Yeah. But I also I sidetracked myself within the game by just going off and doing all the side quest stuff I could possibly do before continuing the story. So
that's the fun of this.
Yeah.
So we might even be in the same place. Or I might even be ahead of you, even though you just spent
I don't know. What's the kind of last plot thing that happened for you?
The last plot thing that happened to me was
because I saw you
kidnapped.
You left Honolulu, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I left Honolulu. I boarded my pirate ship,
which
now has a figurehead on it, the magic wand figure.
Oh, I see you found the sex shop.
You mess with the bull, you get the wand. Yes.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't think I think it's a family show. I don't think we need to know what that means.
Yeah. And so I found the shop. You told me to go to the west side, and I basically did that. I rode my little Segway or a street surfer all around the west side looking for the shop and found it. It was not hard to find. And bought the figurehead. Yeah.
Good.
Had to.
Well, there you
and
go.
Bought the Kamurocho lights for the side of the ship too.
Oh, yes.
Which you have to do that.
Of course.
Come on. So yeah.
Good.
Noah got kidnapped in my game, and I have rescued him, and now I'm gonna hop on the ship and do something. Set sail to go to back to Honolulu.
Okay. So I am back in Honolulu.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm a little
further than me.
A little ahead of you in the story, but I would imagine
you probably played 10 or 20 hours.
I'm guessing that in terms of like side quest stuff.
Oh, you're way ahead of me in side quest.
Like I did all the crazy delivery stuff.
I haven't done any of that.
I did all the little sicko snap game or whatever they call it.
Haven't done it. Nope.
I did like every side quest. Like I think I just got an achievement for having like 80 crew members.
I just got one for having 30.
Okay. So I have a few more crew members than you.
You do.
So
although I did end up buying the deluxe upgrade.
Right.
Last week.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I have that as well, of course.
Had to have Ichiban as in my crew.
Exactly.
Had to.
But I'm having a blast with it.
It's such a good game.
The
pirate ship battles are great. Everything's great.
Your pirate ship?
What do you mean? Have I upgraded my pirate ship?
You know how you have a pirate ship?
Did not just tell you about the wand?
Yeah. How can I upgrade it any further? It has a wand at the front.
Get better than that.
Did you buy better cannons or machine guns?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh,
I may have upgraded one of those,
because you certainly went to Julie's Gearworks, right?
Yes, yeah.
And she tells you how.
Yeah,
because again, That's how you get her to join your crew, is you buy 3 new cannon upgrades from her.
I did that at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you? But you haven't actually bought the upgrades yet.
I haven't done anything more than that. No.
Okay. Because I'm
looking forward to it.
I have better machine guns now.
Already the sea battles are so super quick already.
Well, you haven't gotten to like the boss stuff now, right?
Well, that's true. I have not. No.
Yeah, see, that's
okay. Well, I'll do some upgrading.
Have you? Oh gosh, what are they called? There's like the Sea Devils or something like that.
No, I haven't met the Sea Devils.
Sea Devil may not be their proper name. I believe Devil is in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
But
yeah.
But yeah, there's a villainous pirate crew,
cool,
patrolling the sea. So there's some more elaborate sea battles coming up. But now instead of cannons, I have laser cannons.
Oh, yes,
which are great because they are obviously more powerful, but they also shoot out a sustained beam for like 3 seconds. Which was great because like if you can time it properly and there's like 2 boats coming at you, if you just like go right in between them and hit your laser cannons on both sides, you just carve right through them and they both end up sinking. It's fantastic. It's
amazing.
I highly recommend you mess around with the cannon upgrades.
I will. You know that I will.
You should.
You know I will. I'm into it.
Yeah, still having a grand old time.
Oh,
went
so
back
good.
So you went back to Madlantis already?
Yeah.
And had your first battle in the Coliseum?
Yeah.
Which, how great was that?
It was great. I loved
whole,
it.
Like, leading up to it, the way they dump your boat into the Coliseum.
I know. It's great.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Just fantastic.
The whole thing. Everything about this game is wonderful. And think of it. This is where Shenmue went, Greg. This is what Shenmue led to.
Yeah.
I know. It's great.
You should try it.
There are people out there who are disappointed at the Yakuza series leaning into the goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Which
I could not be more pleased.
I know
that it was always a little goofy.
It always had elements. Yeah.
It always had elements, but certainly the Ichiban stuff and this game in particular really.
Infinite Wealth and this game lean into the goofiness and to such a degree. It's wild.
Yeah. Which I'm all for.
I'm all for it too.
I love it. Give me more of the silly, stupid stuff.
I don't think, I mean, they're doing their 100-year or their century project or Project Century. That can be serious if they want. But keep leaning into the weird stuff.
I'm all for it.
I can't wait. As I was playing, I was thinking, well, where else can they go with this series?
Outer space.
Outer space is one. I want them to go back in time.
Yeah.
To like medieval times or something.
Why doesn't Ichiban have a time machine?
I mean, why not? This is begging for it.
Let's do it.
For it. I would so totally be down with it. And yeah, everything they've added to it, the fun like grapple mechanic.
Yep.
I love, especially because you always get a hint when you're in your pirate treasure. When you're near a treasure chest, you don't have to look too far. It's like, oh, there's a treasure chest here. I'm like,
Noah's always quick to. My treasure sense is tingling.
Yep. It's a fantastic game.
My copy of the Japanese version of the game arrived.
Ooh, yeah.
Which I bought solely because it includes this. This is an empty box.
Congratulations.
But I saw the picture of it on Blue Sky.
You saw my picture of it. Here it is. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this little. Look at that. A little Goro Majima figure.
That's nice.
A little toy barrel. This is my pop-up pirate game. You plug them in. You give it a twist.
Yeah.
You get out the little knives that come with it. Oh my gosh, I got it on the first try.
Nice.
Look at that. So
love it.
The pop-up pirate game is now available for me to play whenever I want. Which one will it be? There he goes.
The last possible one.
Well, it's always going to be the last one you click.
I see.
True.
Oh, because that ends the game.
Well, yeah.
You understand.
I do.
So I got my pop-up pirate game.
I love, though, everything about this game. Lean into the weird. It's so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That delightful little Majima figure.
Can't wait for more Yakuza, and you know that they will have more for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's what I've been playing.
All right.
What about you, CJ?
Well, Phil, I've been playing a little game called Monster Hunter Wilds.
And how's that working out for you?
It's working out great.
Oh, good.
Real good. So yeah, Monster Hunter, I think the entire length of this podcast, I've spent like trying to get into Monster Hunter in various incarnations, whether it be on the 3DS or the Wii or the Wii U or PS4, Switch, etc. Like I really have tried every entry, and usually I play a little bit of it, like it a little, and then get frustrated by the interface and end up quitting.
Oh,
until Monster Hunter Rise, that is, on Switch, which I played all the way through and loved. And then Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and I was like, well, heard a lot of good things about what they've added here. They built on what they did with Monster Hunter Rise in terms of making things easier and more streamlined. I like that. I like the sound of that. So, I'll play it. And so I bought it, and I'm playing it, and it's a really good game. It still has a lot of those sort of obfuscated, obtuse ways of setting up like an online lobby so that you can play with your friends. It uses its own terminology. You're setting up a link party. You're setting up an environment link. What are these terms? Isn't it just set up a lobby? Why does it have to be its own thing, right? But yeah, it's got its own terminology. And yeah, you can play through the story with friends, but not really. Like, you can't all together go and watch the cutscenes together. You can join a friend's battle once it's started. So my good friend Mike and I were playing, because of course I roped him into buying Monster Hunter Wilds. We were playing, and basically we had to like start the cutscene at the same time. And then one of us, whoever got to the battle with the monster, had to then join the other person. If you're in a link party together, it automatically sends you an invite when one of your friends gets into a battle. And then you have to join the other player. And it'll count for both of you if you finish the battle, but you can't easily just go into the story mode together, which kind of sucks. But aside from that, the game looks beautiful. The story is kind of whatever. Like, it's there. And you
sound really excited.
Ridding the land of monsters you're protecting people. I don't know. I'm protecting different.
I think what you mean is eradicating endangered species, but go on.
Yep. You're eradicating.
Yep.
That's
I like
the one.
The point when you said that too. Yep.
Eradicating endangered species. Yes. And saving villagers. And that's pretty much the story. It may have been self-inflicted doom on themselves, but you save them anyway by killing the monsters that are now attacking them. But yeah, it's super fun. Have sort of discovered the bowgun as a weapon class, which, is a ranged weapon and really kind of nice to just kind of not to be in close quarters with the monsters and like having to deal with, oh, this is when I'm supposed to dodge. This is when I'm supposed to parry. Instead, I just stand back and fire guns at the monsters. The American way. Jesus. And it's really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun.
I don't know why that struck me as so funny, but it did.
Yeah. So it's got just it's got a lot of depth to it. And there is an open world that during the story mode anyway, you don't have to really deal too much with. But I've heard anyway, the real fun of the game is once you finish the story, you can start a lobby with friends and just kind of wander the open world and hunt monsters with your friends. And that sounds totally fun. So I did start a Player One podcast squad in the game. So, hey, if people want to join our squad and play together, you can do that. On Discord, we have a Monster Hunter Wilds thread going. I'll link to it in the show notes if anybody's interested in joining our squad. But it's just a really good game. They've improved it. Monster Hunter is 20 years old at this point. They have refined this game to a shiny, like one of those rock tumblers. They just keep refining and they just keep throwing it into one of those tumblers you buy in the Sears catalog. And man,
so this one smooth
is a real smooth stone.
Did you ever have a rock tumbler?
I did not. No,
I haven't either. I always wanted one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I could never convince my parents to get me one.
Yeah.
And now that I do not need to ask my parents for things to buy, I've been tempted to buy one.
Phil, yeah. I've always known you to show a lot of restraint when there's something.
That's just it.
When there's something to purchase.
That's just it. The one thing that's holding me back from purchasing one, and this is something that I never, as a child, never crossed my mind. They're probably super loud, right?
I imagine they are.
and I think you have to leave them running for like
hours.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly.
To smooth them out. So
I love everything about this conversation.
I don't know if I want a machine in my house that's just going to be like someone rattling a jar full of rocks for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
still,
you can put it in
pretty.
You could put it next to the 3D printer and it'll be fine.
Well, the 3D printer is surprisingly quiet.
Can't be louder than that, right?
I bet it could.
Maybe it could.
I mean,
you're tumbling rocks.
Put a bunch of rocks, put a bunch of loose rocks in a tub and start shaking them.
I guess that's true.
I
guess that's true. But yeah, anyway. This game, they have refined it to such a point where it's a nice, smooth stone. And you have a lot of settings where you can, just automatically like re-equip yourself with things. You can have it auto craft some of the more important items, so you don't have to deal with that. The game makes it pretty easy to like add monster parts and items that you need to craft armor and weapons, and then go find that stuff in quests. Like, it makes it pretty easy to do all that stuff. And you can take 2 weapons, which is nice. So I could have my bow gun and then maybe charge blades, which is what I've been rocking. Either heavy bow gun, light bow gun, and the charge blades. And then you get on your little secret, which is like a chocobo sort of bird animal, and you can swap out your weapons and heal yourself. It's quite nice. You get knocked over by a monster. You're like down for the count. You whistle for your secret to come get you, and it like snatches you up, flings you on its back, and you run away. It's quite nice. Anyway, this is sort of, I don't know, like I think of Yakuza and Monster Hunter as series that have been around a long time in Japan and are just like recently getting popular in the West. And yeah, I think I see why Monster Hunter is so popular now, and they've luckily like streamlined so many things that it's so much easier to get into now than it was 20 years ago, or even 5 years ago. And it's such a fun game. Yeah, I love it. Having a lot of fun with it, playing with Mike, and then also going out on hunts to try to get materials to upgrade my weapons and armor. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, it's a great game. Good. I wish you guys would try it, but you won't.
Monster Hunter, never.
I've tried Monster Hunter a couple times and it just doesn't click with me.
Yeah,
I know. It is a really hard series to get into.
Yeah,
it has its own language on how it's doing things, but they have streamlined so many things in this one, and even though it hits you over the head with a lot of stuff to remember, it has a lot of fun, like quality of life improvements, and it's just somehow it's working for me this time.
Well, good.
Yeah, I like it. You can get on your chocobo thing and press a button, and it automatically goes to the part in the map where the monster you have to hunt is, and you don't have to steer it around. There's no sort of investigation that you had to do in Monster Hunter Wilds, and to an extent in Monster Hunter Rise. Like, it just brings you to it. It's great. Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with it. More people should try it. I think this one in particular is the easiest to get into. Not to say that you won't have to look up some YouTube videos on how to play, or tips, or best things that the game doesn't tell you to do that you should do. Yeah, there's a lot of that with this, but the whole thing, yeah, I think it's great. Anyway, Monster Hunter Wilds, love it, and that's all I've been playing. So, I guess that means it's time for tweets.
Actually, real quick,
why do we still call these tweets?
Because that's the easiest thing for us to call it. And
because Rockin' Robin doesn't,
the tweet song
doesn't work. Doesn't make social media noises.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Before we go into that, though, I think I may have some bad news.
Oh, what's the bad news? Tell me. Super Soccer isn't getting delisted after all.
Wouldn't that be good news?
Oh, well,
unless you hate Super Soccer for some reason.
Yeah. What's the news?
So while you were going on about Monster Hunter,
yes,
a game that I have no interest in. That's not true. I wish I liked Monster Hunter. I bet I bet, and this is a silly thing to say, I bet if I liked Monster Hunter, I'd really like it.
I bet you would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this is the kind of game you like, then you will like this game. But I took to heart your discussion earlier about Crazy Straws and how we need to get some.
Oh, Lord.
I was looking up Crazy Straws.
Yeah.
I don't know if Crazy Straws is still a thing.
Oh.
Because it used to be you would go to crazystraws.com.
Yeah.
And that's crazy with a K.
Oh, of course.
Because why do you even know that?
Well, that's common knowledge, Greg.
Are you asking how I know that?
Why do you know that?
Why do you think I know like 80% of the things I know, Greg? This is what's bopping around inside my big stupid melon all the time. Crazy Straws is spelled with a K. It's not shaved ice.
Yeah.
It's just shave ice. But it used to be you would go to crazystraws.com and they just had a standard online store. You could click on, I want custom straws. You would type in what you want your straw to say. It would bring up a little image showing you what it looked like. You could choose different colors, different styles. And then you could make your bulk order right there. If you go to crazystraws.com, it is still a website, but it looks really...
It looks like a party planner.
Yes.
Like a party planning company.
Yes. Why are we promoting it?
I don't know.
But it looks real shady.
In the podcast. Why are we talking about it?
I don't know. There's a bunch of 5-star review testimonials on there.
My daughter loved her custom crazy name straws for her birthday party. But if you go to the little hamburger menu and there's a store option and you click on it, it just brings you to an empty page that has a missing graphic that you can buy now for 1 penny. And if you click on that, it just brings you to an item called 123.
What I love is that the testimonial from Pinterest spells Pinterest wrong.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does.
I gotta go look at that. So I have doubts that crazystraws.com is
I can't believe we're still talking about it.
We're still talking about it.
Yeah. I still can't believe we're still talking about it. You can do the tweet song now.
My point is, I don't think we're going to get our crazy straws.
That's fine.
At least not from there.
That's fine.
Right.
We need to find... you know, here's an update. By the way, I put the pictures, like the framed pictures that were on the floor of my office for months and then got hung up and then I moved.
Yes.
Well, they're all hung up now in the new place.
Well, it was a good thing you never hung them up.
I can't prove it.
I was going to say,
behind me.
Easy for you to say.
But they are up. They're up.
Good.
I'm very happy about it.
It was well worth.
Very, very happy.
Keeping them on
all my amiibo are right here in front of me.
That's where all my stuff is.
I sleep in a race car. Do you sleep in a race car?
I am thinking about getting a race car bed, in fact.
There you go.
I'm sorry. That whole conversation had that vibe. I'm sorry. It's mean.
No, it
comes from a place of love because I
see. Let's see. Look.
Oh my God!
There's my Dan Hip Godzilla picture.
Hold on. Let me just. God!
This is an audio podcast.
There's an Evan Dorkin Predator. Oh my goodness!
Look, and there's my marquise, and there's the Dragon's Lair.
Now everything's going kablooey. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
We're back. Hi.
Right over there is my signed Jeffrey Combs picture.
Ooh.
Okay,
we're back. Whew. That was a trip. All right. Tweet. All right, let's do this one from hacker alias Okatok's lawyer, who says,
"Yeah, I met him.
What's your best tips for gaming and travel? I got several work trips over the next few months, and I would like to do some gaming, but it's not something I do a lot, and I hate my drifty Joy-Cons."
Buy a split pad.
Yeah,
it won't fit. Nice. Your system won't fit as nicely into your any case you might already own for your Switch, but
Hori does
make
a case that fits the Switch.
I mean, if it doesn't, just take them off and throw them in your bag. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your system in its case, but it changed. I did not play my Switch portable ever because I still hate the Joy-Cons. But the Switch, the split pad,
top notch.
It's great.
Either they make two different split pads, the ones that are like full size, and then there's a
smaller version.
It's called Slim. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it is. They're smaller, and I have both of those options, and I really like them.
You lose the vibration, you lose motion controls and stuff like that. But if that's not something you're worried about,
Yeah.
It's like one of the best investments you can make for your Switch, I think.
Totally agree.
Pad compact.
Compact, yeah. And
Or
Hori makes a
is
case
the bigger one.
that the compact fit into, and it's glorious. Yeah. I highly recommend that. That's how I take my Switch with me on trips. And then also the Steam Deck, because I take the Steam Deck sometimes as well. Depending.
Yeah, get a Steam Deck.
Yeah, Steam Decks are nice.
If you have a large Steam library or anticipate having a large Steam library,
within a year you will have a large Steam library if you pay attention to the sales.
Well, that's true.
You're like the rest of us.
That is true. The PS Portal, I have a case for it. It travels, but it doesn't really work the best on hotel Wi-Fi.
No.
I mean, you kind of need to use that at home. But I use the PlayStation Portal probably every day. Yeah. The PlayStation Portal. Did I say portable? Portal.
No, you said Portal.
Okay.
Yeah, at least one.
Playing Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, and I'll probably play Monster Hunter Wilds on it too. Anyway, and hopefully if you have a digital library, traveling with the Switch is real nice. As long as, I will say, as long as the Switch you're bringing with you is your quote-unquote home Switch. If you're somebody who is sharing two Switches with like a kid or other family member, and you have your own Switch and you've made their system your home system, and you're going to take your Switch on a trip, make sure you do the switcheroo back to whatever Switch you're taking is your home Switch. Otherwise, you will need an internet connection to load up any games. So, yeah, that's a kind of a bummer. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Mathman1024, who says, what game has caused you to play way too long because of the gameplay loop, like one more turn, one more run, or almost to the next level item? Like Civilization 5, Balatro, any Metroidvania are my weaknesses.
I mean, Balatro is the most recent one that did that to me. Still does. I'm sitting there and I'll start a run and it's like, oh, this is going really well. And then like 20 minutes have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yakuza like a dragon has the power to do this to me, because
absolutely.
You're like, I'll just get over to the next checkpoint and then I'll save and that'll be no problem. Then I run into like 5 mini games on the way. There's a huge cutscene.
Yep.
And then it's like 3 hours later.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so close to being able to afford this item I want to buy. I'll just beat up these couple of guys and
then I can get the item.
Here's a little side story. Maybe I'll just activate this just to kind of have it going when I come back. Yeah. Oh, well, now I have it. I have the storyline going. It seems like it'll be pretty quick to clear this one out. I might as well clear it out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say 2 other games that come to mind like this were Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
First Rogue Legacy. I never played the second one, but the first Rogue Legacy, I was the same way with that. And VVV.
Oh, yeah.
That was another game that I just just a little bit further, just a little bit further. And then an hour's gone by.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll toss Dead Cells on top of that, along with like Rogue Legacy for similar purposes.
And for me, Sea of Thieves used to be that way. Not so much anymore. But in part because it would take so long to like get anything started and cash in. Now it takes almost no time to cash in and almost no time to get things started. So, yeah. But I still can dump hours into that game. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias, Eat the Hype. It's Donnie Reese from PSVG, Play Some Video Games. He says, because of our history together, rolling on the floor laughing emoji. I have had an ever-growing Atari affinity to the point today that I was viewing an epic Atari decanter set on the website. What is your favorite strange gaming novelty item? So like a decanter that says Atari on it.
I feel like Phil could do like a half an hour on this.
I mean, I do have a pop-up pirate game.
Yeah.
That is Yakuza themed. I just got that.
Yeah. My favorite one, I'll just show it here, is my water bottle that is a Pac-Man. This is a Zoji Rushi water bottle. Very high quality, like stainless steel. Keeps things cold very well. It's a Pac-Man water bottle. I love this thing.
Is that one of those Stanley mugs I've heard so much about?
It's not a Stanley. It's a Zoji Rushi.
Is that
good? They make really good rice cookers and also water bottles like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I bought some spare parts for this. They don't sell it anymore, and I was like, well, if this thing breaks or like ever goes away, I'm gonna have to have a non-Pac-Man one. That would just be
that's gross.
Weird. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you know what? Right behind me.
Yeah.
Right there. I'm pointing to it.
Yeah.
That is a box containing a Parappa the Rapper toaster.
Yes.
Which burns little images of Parappa onto your toast. Which I admittedly have never used.
Want that? You've never used it?
Oh, no. I've certainly not used it.
Okay.
I will never use it.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is probably 20 to 25 years old.
And has never seen a slice of bread.
Or electricity.
As far as I can tell, it has not. I mean, I bought it from Japan. I got it off of Yahoo auctions.
Yeah.
It said it had not been used. It certainly was very, very clean, so I'm assuming that is accurate.
Yeah.
But also I am wary of quarter-century old toasters technology, especially dealing with the
novelty toaster.
Yeah. The slight, because there is a slight differences between the voltage, I believe.
Yeah.
In our countries.
Yeah.
Lower voltage in Japan.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't want to plug this in and have it start smoking.
Yeah.
Slowly burning the insides. But
probably a good idea.
If there is some sort of emergency and aliens show up and they are threatened to destroy our planet unless we can produce toast with a rapping cartoon dog, I will be willing to make the sacrifice. But for the time being, we're going to keep it in its package until it is needed. It's beautiful though. It's a get on the Googles and do a search for the Parappa toaster if you've not seen it. It is glorious.
Yeah.
I have a PlayStation branded like cheese board and knife set for some reason.
Ooh.
I don't remember when or how I got it. I've never used it.
That's pretty awesome.
Huh. That's probably the only thing I have that fits into that weird category. I used to have the Grand Theft Auto tire spike, but I got rid of it. There was this short stretch of time where Rockstar was just sending out weapons.
Oh yeah.
It's PR for Grand Theft Auto. Anyway.
That's pretty good. I have a Conker's Bad Fur Day pint glass.
Oh, nice.
From E3 that Nintendo served beer at their booth.
Oh, I remember that.
And so I had a beer in the Conker's Bad Fur Day pint glass, and I still have the glass to this day.
Very nice.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, I don't think we can close the show off without a Star Trek minute. I want to update you because we watched The Search for Spock. We watched it.
Okay, so you watched Wrath of Khan.
We watched Wrath of Khan. Yeah, okay. I believe I talked about that here. maybe.
I don't know if we did.
We watched Search for Spock.
I think last I heard you were going to watch Wrath of Khan.
Okay, well, we did.
Okay, because you had watched Space Seed.
Yes.
Yes.
So watched Search for Spock. Really good. I thought it was good. You know,
Search
not
for
great.
Spock is not bad. It's
not great, but it wasn't terrible.
It is only bad because, again, it's sandwiched between two of the best Star Trek movies.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We're going to watch Voyage Home.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure where to go after that with the Star Trek movies. Should we just keep going? Just keep rolling.
I mean, 5 is
garbage. 5 is a terrible movie.
But just, I don't know, sit through it.
You watched First Contact, right?
We did. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a great movie.
You got to watch Undiscovered Country.
Yeah,
Undiscovered Country is great.
Yeah, Undiscovered Country is Star Trek 6.
That's number 6.
And it is top notch.
It was the last original series, like besides that Generations crossover. I don't really count because it's more about, but like original cast.
Have you watched Generations lately?
No.
I
didn't like it when it was new.
There is way less Picard in that movie. That is a Kirk movie.
I know it's William Shatner
shows up at the very end,
getting his last shot in, but still, Undiscovered Country is great.
Yes, it is,
and it's got the old cast in it. I really enjoyed that movie a lot. I would say my second favorite behind Khan.
Oh,
it's
not really? A bad choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd skip 5 because it is genuinely bad.
And you're not missing anything, I guess.
No, you are not.
The completionist in me would say just watch it anyway, but you're not gonna lose anything.
Watch 6.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, if you want to, because you've already watched First Contact.
Yes.
And
there's Nemesis and all that.
Nemesis and Insurrection. Those are both bad in different ways.
Yeah.
Insurrection is the first of the two, and Insurrection feels like a very long, very boring episode of TNG.
Right.
Nemesis is just bad. Just genuinely not a good movie.
I see.
But it's got Tom Hardy in it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. It's got young Tom Hardy.
Also, we're working through TNG still.
Right.
We're in season 5. And we did watch Zach Miller's favorite episode, the Darmok episode.
Yes.
So we watched that. Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
Yes.
And
it's a great episode.
I thought it was a great episode. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Really, really good. So we've kind of been working our way through season 5, and good so far. Yeah. Really, really enjoying it. And yeah, pretty soon here, we're probably going to get to the point where we switch to Deep Space Nine.
That's all you need to do then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We did start watching, I think I don't know if I mentioned it, we started watching the Orville.
Yes.
And man, is that first episode jokey.
Oh, yeah. Again, it's very clear.
But not terrible. Not terrible.
Seth MacFarlane absolutely sold that show.
Yeah.
As Family Guy but Star Trek.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes are like that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of settles into its actual tone. And like I said, by the end, it's just TNG fanfic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to the Emerald City Comic-Con next week.
Oh, good.
And some of the Strange New Worlds cast is there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So, Pike, Spock, Uhura, and Ortegas. So,
oh, nice.
We're gonna get a photo with them.
That'll be great.
That'll be fun. Yeah, I think so. Be good. So looking forward to that. I haven't been to a Comic-Con in God, who knows how long.
Right.
And the last time I got an autograph at a Comic-Con. It was when Heroes was season 1 of Heroes was around, and I got Hayden Panettiere autograph at the New York Comic-Con.
Oh my goodness.
That was a long time ago. 2007. Something like that. 6 maybe. Whenever the first season of Heroes was there.
I'm looking at the
it's
a good page.
It's a good lineup. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, John Boyega's going to be there.
Yeah.
Nice. Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell.
Oh, is Bruce Campbell going to be there?
Our friend, your friend and mine, Bruce Campbell.
He is. Oh my gosh, Casper Van Dien is going to be there.
Yeah.
Casper Van Dien?
And Michael Ironsides and Dina Meyer.
Oh my goodness.
There's a whole Starship Troopers.
Michael Ironsides is still alive?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Still alive.
Oh my gosh, there she is, Dina Meyer.
Yeah. Starship Troopers all the way.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. And there'll be more Star Trek.
Oh, Denise Richards is there too.
Oh, and Denise Richards, yeah.
Another Starship Trooper.
Yeah.
One of the famous Starship Troopers.
No, Jake, what's his name? Jake Nolte?
Big Busey?
Busey. Jake Busey.
Yes. Yeah, different crazy father.
Different one. Yeah, Jake Busey. Which reminds me, I still have to watch The Frighteners with my daughter because Jeffrey Combs. Yeah. It's such a good movie. Anyway, that was a Phil recommended movie. We were at Best Buy. We were at Best Buy on a Tuesday, and I was like, "Hey, Phil, what are you buying?"
And
he's like, "I got all this. Also, you should buy The Frighteners because it's a great movie." And I was like, "I've never seen it." And you were like, "CJ, just buy it.
Trust me.
It's a Phil guarantee." I was like, "Okay, I'll buy this movie, and if I don't like it, you're going to pay me $15."
But you liked it, though, didn't you?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You did.
I think it was even the same day that Blues Brothers came out on DVD.
Oh, really?
Like Blues Brothers and The Frighteners.
Nice.
I'd never seen either. Never seen either one. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Anyway, classics. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on various social media networks, but definitely Blue Sky or Threads. But primarily Blue Sky. Let's not talk about Meta and Threads. Let's see. Also, we have an internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Greg Seward. You'll find Generation 16 episodes, and you'll find show notes and links to all the things we talked about on the show, and a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks. Just follow our Blue Sky account, really, to find out when we're doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. We need as much money as we can get to dump it into what is sure to be the world's premier custom crazy straw company. The competition has been wiped out. This is a wide blue ocean that we are looking out upon. There is a need that is not being fulfilled, and we have the brains, the creativity, and the gumption to make it happen. The only thing we're missing is the capital, and that's where you come in, friends. If you can support our dreams. We will make them your dreams. Custom straws. Imagine taking a sip of your favorite beverage.
Yeah.
And watching it spell out Greg Seward before it enters your mouth. Wouldn't you love that? Don't you deserve that? Yes, you do.
It's always the most exciting moment is right before I enter your mouth.
From the man himself.
CJ's face.
Flawless testimony. And we want you to be on the ground floor of that.
All right.
So visit patreon.com/P1 podcast and let's make this happen together, friends.
Yeah.
Or we might just use it to keep us streaming. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
figure it out. I hope it's the crazy straw thing, but not a guarantee. But I'll tell you what, friends, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain access to a special weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this. Where we play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ?
Yes.
Do we have a game this week?
Phil, we do.
I'm not liking this.
We do have a game. In fact, it is it is a phallic metaphor.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Jeopardy quiz. Not by phallic metaphor. Not by hacker alias phallic metaphor. Is by one of our other quiz makers.
Okay.
Listener Adrian.
Okay.
Not the ex-wife. Who has made us a saucy synonyms NSFW quiz.
Oh dear.
Not sure what will possibly come of that, but
some of that I get it.
You'll see.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because a couple weeks ago there was something we thought was going to be all dirty and phallic.
All dirty. Yeah.
And
turns out
we actually have such a thing.
Have such a thing.
Oh
yeah.
Boy.
So you'll want to be a Patreon member to hear us talking saucy synonyms.
Yeah.
We're gonna go blue.
Yeah, there's going to be a vast difference from what you hear on the after show versus what you hear on the regular show.
Phil, don't get too testy. Don't get too testy.
Oh, I can't help it. So join us, won't you?
We're going to go balls out.
Oh, for this one. If you have a couple bucks left over,
yeah,
why don't you go to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis.
Thank you, Philip. And you are a supporter of the $3 variety.
That is so cheap.
Welcome, Satan.
How's it going, Greg?
Did you hear what our after show is going to be about?
Is it about wieners? Is it about wieners?
I'm surprised to hear the Lord of Darkness use a phrase like wieners.
Big old dangly pee-pees hanging out. I love it. It's so
hey.
Like the end of Dante's Inferno?
Dangle. A little bit of the wiggle waggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's keep it family friendly.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
You get early access.
I'm just talking about cocks.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
You get early access to all my videos. If you were a supporter of the $3 variety, you would already be able to watch the PlayStation video I just uploaded this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
What's it about?
PlayStation.
Oh, the Sony one.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The first one?
I've played that one.
Yes.
The second one?
That's the good PlayStation, the Sony one.
The third one?
Yeah. No, just the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. The PlayStation 1.
Please consider supporting the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do that.
Is that it?
That's all I got.
CJ, you want to plug your next live appearance?
I don't have any. Live appearances. What?
I know you were kind of talking about doing the open mic stand-up stuff, so I thought maybe you had a date lined up or anything.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. CJ's still working on his tight 7.
That's what the after show is going to be about, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
CJ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
What a bunch of children.
We are.
Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, Philip.
Oh, yeah, of course. And as always, a big old thank you to you, yes, you, the person listening to this right now, you. Each and every single one of you, as always, don't be anything yet. Take care of yourself and your loved ones and your family and friends. And now is when you should be kind to each other, but also be kind to yourself. And, well, golly, I hope we see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.